This is the romantic compatibility between a Scorpio and a Pisces. So, both Scorpio and Pisces are water signs. So, anytime you have two water signs come together, this is a very deep and emotional type of commitment. And you two feel very intense and strong feelings for one another. It's definitely not a superficial or basic or brief type of relationship. Like this is very deep and it has a very long lasting potential with one another. You two are both highly sensitive, highly intuitive, and you might not always express how you feel with one another, but you can definitely read each other's minds and you can feel it in your heart. And there's a lot of telepathic communication within this relationship. So, Scorpio is a fixed sign, and Pisces is a mutable sign. So, Scorpio is more likely to sort of be the leader or take control within this relationship, whereas Pisces is a lot more like go with the flow and just goes along with whatever. So, especially if the Scorpio has a strong vision for this relationship, like where it should go, what it should be like, how fast you guys should go or how slow you guys should go. Like that's basically all in control of the Scorpio. Like they definitely get like all the power in this relationship, which they love. And Pisces is really down for whatever. Like they'll do anything that the Scorpio wants, basically. So Scorpio is ruled by two planets. So in ancient astrology, it's ruled by Mars, which is very masculine energy. It's very aggressive and very direct too, and passionate too, just very fiery as well. And Pisces also has two planets too. So Pisces in ancient astrology is ruled by Jupiter. And this is like the big planet of expansion, and it's just like very like happy go lucky. So this sort of contrasts one another because Scorpio is like you have to work for what you want, like very high energy, like we got to put work into this relationship, like yeah, you have to give it your all, you have to give it your energy. Whereas Pisces, on the other hand, with Jupiter energy, is sort of like, like good things just come to me. Like I just sit back and just let my blessings come to me, and like I don't have to work for anything. Like I just let it come to me, and if it's meant to be, it works out, and if it's not meant to be, then it just doesn't work out type of thing. So that's sort of conflicting in that way. But in a good way, Scorpio is the one who's really going to progress this relationship forward and sort of pull the Pisces out of their shell and kind of give them more energy that Pisces definitely needs, because Pisces is actually a very tired and exhausted sign and just kind of wants to sleep all day. But Scorpio will kind of encourage them to like get out and like let's do something. Now in modern astrology, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune. So Scorpio being Pluto is like transformative energy. It's also like very underestimated energy and lots of power too, strong power. Whereas Neptune is like the dreamy planet. It's the ocean planet of just kind of like chilling and relaxing. And so again, we have the same dynamic where Scorpio is more like aggressive and action oriented and let's go to war, let's do this. Like Scorpio is very confrontational and they're not afraid of starting a fight if they have to. And Pisces is just like, let's just relax, like let's just keep the peace and just go with the flow. So that can be good or bad. It can be clashing energy, but they can also weigh each other out, and it can bring balance within the partnership. So Scorpio is ruled by the 8th house of transformation, destruction, and Pisces is ruled by the 12th house. So that's the house of like endings and secrets and Yeah, and it's very like low key energy. So again, like Scorpio is coming in like really strong and powerful, and Pisces is very just like letting it go, just like chill out. I guess so. Some ways these signs are like really opposite because Scorpio is very like holds on to things and fights for things and goes for it, and then Pisces just wants to like chill out and just let it happen or let it not happen, whatever. So it's definitely like kind of conflicting energies there. But what really brings the two together and what makes them so similar is that water energy, and that they're both so intuitive and so emotional. And even though Scorpio can be very aggressive and masculine and dominant, at the same time, Scorpio is a very introverted sign. So both Pisces and Scorpio are very introverted. So the two of them are happy, like staying low key, and they're happy to just kind of stay home, and they don't really have to go out every night. Like they're perfectly happy just kind of chilling at home and just like having a movie night and just like keeping everything like low key. Um, but on the inside, though, even though it may appear low key on the outside, like maybe they're staying home a lot, or maybe like, they might not show that much PDA. They might not be like all over each other in public. You might not even realize they're together. But like, just because it's low key on the surface doesn't mean deep down that it is, because deep down, there is so much intensity within this relationship, because these are two extremely sensitive signs who just feel so much emotion for one another. So, Scorpio is symbolized as the scorpion. So Scorpio has their stinger, and they will just, when they're upset or they feel threatened, they will just go in for the kill. They will just stab their partner in the heart mercilessly because they're so upset, and they can just become so vengeful, just as a form of self defense. It's their way of coping with pain. And meanwhile, Pisces is symbolized by the fish, actually two fish that are like swimming in opposite directions. So Pisces, Pisces also has that kind of dualistic thing going on. And as much as they are very go with the flow, there's definitely a part of Pisces that does feel a little bit resistant, and it's like they want to go with the flow, but there is a little bit of an inner struggle between them versus wanting to take control. They kind of struggle, like trying to figure out like when is the right moment to take control, when is the right moment to just keep the peace. And that's sort of like an inner conflict that they have. But yeah, they're this little fish in the water, and Pisces is trying to swim against the stream. But then they end up getting caught up in the stream. So they're kind of like that's sort of like their main like theme in life is the thought of control, the thought of going along with it versus taking control. So it's just Pisces is just like very in their head. And I know it sounds very contradictory, and Scorpio is also very contradictory too. So I think it might be like a water sign thing. But either way, Pisces is just like really in their head. So Scorpio is really good at pulling the Pisces out of their head and kind of meeting them halfway to intuitively understand where they're coming from, intuitively feel their emotions, but also try to get them to speak up and talk. And actually, like, especially like Pisces tends to be very shy too, and the Scorpio will really get the Pisces to like open up and talk more and actually do more stuff, basically. So when it comes to the chemistry between Scorpio and Pisces, it's very great chemistry. They can both really open up and trust one another because they both realize how sensitive their partner is. So there's just that strong level of trust there. So when it comes to the physical and when they're in the bedroom, it's like a very spiritual connection, and they don't just get physical, like they literally make love. Like this is a deep connection. And they're both two signs that really, especially Pisces, like really requires emotional attachment before they can actually be physical with their partner. So yeah, it's good chemistry, and you definitely don't have to worry about it just being about the physical, because it's just such a deep and emotional connection. So thank you for watching, and be sure to check out your other signs too in your birth chart, whether that's moon or rising, your sun, or your Venus too, especially in terms of romance.